Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, and it certainly doesn't end. I'm still in the middle of my not yet cancelled tour. I don't think that's proper English, isn't it? Not cancelled yet. Well, anyway, I'm not cancelled yet, so I'm still on Thursday. I'm in the St Albans Arena. It sounds like I'm playing to 100,000 people. Not probably to about 600 people in St Albans. It's great. And there's still some tickets if you want to. Colchester, I'm at Charter Hall. Friday, Northampton, a really nice theatre, strange theatre, but wonderful, called The Deco. It's really good, run by a mate of mine. I love working there. And on Sunday, I am going to Lincoln, who famously drew with Charlton 0-0 last week. Talking of Colchester, the last time I was in Colchester, you know, the parachute regiment have moved from Aldershot up to Colchester, and I was invited along with the Prime Minister, who went to see the posh officers, and I did a show for the boys on the ground, me and a few others, including Bobby Davro, and did a great show for them. When I went back to the hotel, it was so bad and horrible and noisy and dreadful that I got up and I drove home. Thank heavens I hadn't been drinking, so I could manage to drive home from Colchester. And I got nicked for speeding, for good measure. So to welcome the Paras back from Afghanistan with the Prime Minister, he went off by helicopter for a glass of red wine and some cheese, and I got 4 points. I don't know why I got 4 points. I got 3 points for good measure. Anyway, the tour's going well. I've done my ankle in. I've got a tendon, I told you, going down from my knee right through my ankle. And so my missus said, well, you should go on with your trainers. Well, I ain't got trainers because I don't train. So I had a pair of floppy golf shoes that were quite nice, but I left them in a hotel, and that was the end of them, really. Never saw them again. And so she got me a pair on Amazon, so I looked like a young hip. So I went on in a pair of black jeans and trainers and a T-shirt and a jacket. And do you know what? I looked a complete and utter knob. They're not for me. I'm a sort of a dress code person. You know, I got this club in the West End and people are moaning about that. You're not allowed in with trainers. Why are they called trainers? You see the biggest fat, unfit people like myself walking around in trainers. Get a life. They're plimsolls, aren't they? I remember I was backstage at a military do at the Albert Hall, and I walked in with my sleeves rolled up, and the Sergeant Major looked up and said the great word, been cleaning the car. Talking of cars, I've been seeing that the activists are at it again. And do you remember me saying they all look alike? I was on GB News last night saying they all look like feeble old white men or young, impressionable, silly girls that would get no points on the chase. Students, that's the word I'm looking for. So let's have a look at this piece of work. Stephen Bone. Right now, he is alleged to have poured milk all over the floor of Fortnum and Mason's and caused 100 grams of damage. He looks all right, doesn't he? He's unemployed, but he seems a nice enough chap. I don't think I'll see him in the Carlton Club, not dressed like that anyway, but he does. He's got a face like a mattress that's exploded. Well, let's go to the other end of the spectrum, and another one of these glue yourselves to the floor idiots. Her name is Sofia Fernandez Pontes, and she's not even English, but she's moaning about our country. She comes from Madeira, which is a Portuguese country, and here's a picture of her, and doesn't she look wonderful? Sophia, you know you're named after the goddess of wisdom. Why don't you try and get some? Because you're not going to make a difference. If you really want to make a difference, be like the suffragettes and risk your life. Not just mess up the lives of working class people going to work. I'll tell you what to do, Sophia Fernandez and Stephen Bone. Get yourselves, here's what you want to do. You want headlines? Take your little scruffy mob and all them old people, take them down and glue yourselves to the old Kent Road, just adjacent to Millwall's ground. I'm sure you'll get headlines and you'll certainly be cured of NBPE. Okay, let's turn the page. Oh, hello there, and welcome to a brand new programme called
Jim's Sunday Sandwich.
Well, we'll be taking a look at the news.
Yes, and I'll be taking the piss out of the news. You've seen loose women, these are baggy birds, and they're wonderful. Hurricane Butch is coming. Now, well, who's coming? Ian. Anyway, Vicky.
Yes.
Yeah?
This could be confusing. Lose it then. Lose the election. What? Lose the new Prime Minister. Why get rid of Boris? You're all bloody mad and you get what's coming to you. You turned into Frank Bruno. Frank Bruno.
I'm never going to work again.
Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Do you hear the drums, Fernando? And there's lots of Do you know what makes me laugh? Jake! Oh, can you hear Jake having a little titter? Some funny woman, legs like a Steinway piano, little bit of a moustache, and drives at Morris 1000. You know the ones, councillors.
You can stick this job up your...
What? What's it? She's a great big fat bird. I said, don't you find this funny? Yeah.